What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Team Stormsters live video. Today we're going to go over the Memento deck. This is going to be the combo, I guess, or deck analysis plus combo video. It's going to be showing you guys off pretty quickly. These are the starters of the deck. I'm going to be showing you guys the two one-card starters, so it's going to be either of these or this one. And then I'm going to be showing you guys the big combo, which just requires a Dark Blade plus any other Memento card. But I want to be showing you guys, like, just before we dive in, like kind of the explanation. So these are going to be your one-card starters. They help you out to get into every one of these combos. That's for the starters. Now for your extenders is going to be one of these. So, you know, it is a starter and an extender. Sleepy is an extender. You have either ways of playing through hand traps, which are going to be the Bone Party as well as the Fusion. This deck can play through hand traps quite well with these two cards here, especially this one. This one's just if you guys have played against Rescue Ace. This is just emergency. And then, of course, you have this. This is like a pseudo kind of Predator end board, but also a way to play through stuff. Now I'm going to play your combo pieces. Twin Dragons and combo pieces helps you be able to search and add cards to your hand. You have your Goblin, which can also be a one-card starter if you guys, it's like the worst starter and something like a really weird board. Your copy of Gatic, which lets you add back cards, and then, of course, your copy of Horn Dragon. This card is extremely underrated for people who have not read it. It's essentially going to be a blackout. If you leave it onto your field and pop it during your turn, your opponent's turn when they have two cards, you can pop a Memento and then two cards they control, which is very nice. And then we have the end board pieces. So we have, obviously, the Creation as well as the Trap. This is not going to do anything by itself, but with the Trap live, it turns this into a 5-mat Appaloosa. You have the Mace, which also gives this a Snatch Steal effect. You discard it to Snatch Steal a card. Then you have your Combined Creation, or your Creation King, I should say. These cards look absolutely sick. I love their art. But this is just going to essentially be a pop during your opponent's turn, help you trigger stuff as well. This lets you summon back out a Memento. And then you have, of course, the IP or the Appaloosa and the SP, which you normally can go into. You can, which I'll mention as well, have this set on your end field, on your end board as well, letting you go into a copy of Guardian Chimera. But you have lots of pops with this, so Guardian Chimera isn't as good as it used to be. That's really it for the deck analysis and discussions. But now diving on into the combo video. So this is going to be your either normal summon Angel Witch or your normal summon Dark Blade combo with no other cards in the hand. So it's like your one-card starter. If you start off with Dark Blade, all you're going to be leaving is one Memento monster in the graveyard, which is important for when you shuffle back. But if you start off with Angel Witch, you'll just have 0. So I'll be just showing you guys off the Angel Witch combo. If you just start off with this, you're just going to be able to tribute it off to get this out, or destroying this, I should say. I always think it's tributing, but it's not. We're going to start off with the Angel Witch. We're going to normal summon, activate the effect, be able to search here. Searching for the copy of the Zebra here. Zebra will be able to special summon itself out. It's if we have no monsters or just Memento monsters, be very careful if you do that. Activating the effect, destroying itself, we get to dump the Sleepy, the Mace, and the copy of Goblin. So here we're going to activate the Angel Witch effect, destroying itself, summon with the copy of the Mace. The Mace will then be able to activate the effect, destroying itself, being able to search for the copy of any Memento card. We're going to search for the Fusion. If you already have Fusion in the hand, then it's going to be a different combo. Same thing if you already have like a Mace in the hand or the Goblin, because you only play one Goblin, so it's very important that you do that correctly. We're going to then activate the effect of the Fusion spell. Putting back, it doesn't necessarily exactly matter. We want to keep the Sleepy in the graveyard. So we're going to be putting back the Mace, the Witch, leaving the Goblin into the deck. We'll just put these back right here. We're going to be using them again. And that's going to be able to summon out a copy of the Combined Creation. Combined Creation is going to activate its effect, sending 3 from the deck. We're going to be sending a copy of the Creation King, another copy of itself, essentially. The other one, which is going to be your big guy, and then, of course, your Gatic. Gatic will be able to summon itself out now, summoning it out, activating the effect. Be careful, the lines are going to be changed different if you open this up in hand as well, which I'll be mentioning to you guys. This effect's going to activate, letting us add the Sleepy. If you already have Sleepy in the hand, then, of course, your lines change. But it's going to be all the one-card starters here. We're then going to be able to special summon itself out because a Memento was destroyed. Here we can activate the effect, fusing, using both of these to go up into our copy of the Twin. And then we can activate the Twin effect, destroying itself, to let us search for the Mace as well as the copy of the Horn Dragon. So here we can then activate the effect of the Dragon to reborn out the copy of the Sleepy. And we're going to then activate the effect of this. You could have done that before you activated the Sleepy effect to summon, but it doesn't really matter. We're going to be banishing this, search for the field spell here. You're going to then activate the field spell. You just want to be doing it before you destroy the Sleepy with the spell here, which we're going to be doing the next. So then you activate the field spell, which can let you essentially summon back out. You just want another body. We're going to then activate the Memento Fusion, banishing itself to pop the Sleepy to be able to search. So we're going to be able to search for a copy of Bone Party here, and then we're going to be destroying with Sleepy. We're going to be sending the copy of Cranium Burst. We're also going to get the Memento effect of the field spell, summoning out the copy of the Gaddock. This doesn't necessarily matter which one you summon out. You can summon out a Goblin. It has to be a lower level than the Sleepy. Here we can go effect of Horn Dragon, summon itself out because we have 3 names in the graveyard. Then we can link both of these away for a copy of IP Masquerena. Now, I wasn't playing IP Masquerena in the deck profile yesterday because I was going into SP instead with different lines, but this is going to be like the basic 1-card YouTube combo that you guys have definitely seen. So here, this is when we like show off a different variation of the combo. If you would have had Darkblade in the graveyard, you're going to leave a copy of Sleepy here, but because we don't have the Darkblade in the graveyard, we have to return all 5 to summon it out here. So we're going to be putting back the 5 here to our deck to summon out the copy of the Combined Creation. And now all we have left in the graveyard is the Memento Cranium Burst. So you want to put this in defense position because you want to be able to like protect it if you don't want to get hit with like Lightning Storm or something like that. So during the end phase, we're going to see the field spell here. Set this. We also set the Bone Party as well. We pass turn on this. So now during our opponent's turn, we have lots of lines we can do. We're going to go Bone Party, destroy the Mace. We're going to summon out a copy of the Angel Witch. Angel Witch is going to be able to activate its effects, letting us add a copy of the Sleepy. Then Sleepy is going to activate the effect, somebody else to summon itself out. We then can activate the effect of Fusion Summon, which we are going to be fusing these 2 away for our copy of the Twin Dragon. Twin Dragon can then activate the effect, and this is all during your opponent's draw phase, by the way. We can be activating the effect, destroying itself, to let you summon out or search out 2 bodies. We're going to be able to search out a copy of the Mace, and the other one doesn't really matter. We can search really whatever else we want. We can go for a Tushinoko if we want to, or we can go for a copy of the Angel Witch, depending on what you want. You could also go for the copy of the Darkblade if your opponent's playing like a Spell and Trapper deck and you have other cards. This is all off a 1-card starter. And then we're going to get the effect of the Twin Dragon as well as the City here, being able to summon out 2 bodies. So we're going to summon out this as well as summoning out here. And so now we have lots of different options that we can do. During our, whenever our opponent goes to the main phase, we can go IP Masquerade into an Appaloosa. We can also just essentially just be relaxing. We have a Mace in the hand, which is a Snatch Deal, while we control a Combined Creation. We have this as well, which is a 5-mat Appaloosa in this case. We also have the effect to pop, but also important, if we want to, you can actually bring out, when your opponent activates a card or effect, they can bring out a copy of the Angel Witch. I guess you don't have you still have the zones for it. And then you can go into a 4-mat Appaloosa using all 3 of these. There's lots of different lines you can do. Also, this is a pop, so, important if you want to pop some cards. If you want to go into an SP using these 2, and then being able to use these, pop 2 cards on the field, very nice. You have a lot of different lines you can do, of course, which is important to note. And then during your next turn, you're gonna have essentially all gas. If your opponent does stop your stuff, with the blade being able to destroy itself, being able to search for your Angel Witch and then do the combo all over again. But that's the big YouTube combo that you guys have seen. This is going to be the other variation of the 1-card combo. We have 3 1-card combos, being the Tusinoko as well as the previous one with the 1-1. This one's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be able to play a little bit better, but not have the pops. We're going to have a different way to pop those 2 cards. So we're going to be starting off with the Tusinoko. We're going to be activating the effect. This is where the variation does change. You're not normally going to be doing this unless you have a bunch of hand traps plus this one. You're going to activate the effect, summon itself out, activating the effect, destroying itself, sending the Mace, the Goblin, as well as the Gaddock. So this time you're not sending the copy of Sleepy, you're summoning the Gaddock instead. Gaddock's going to be able to trigger activating its effect, summoning itself out. Then it's going to activate the effect, adding back the copy of the Mace. Here you're going to normal summon the Mace, which is going to be your really weird play. Activating the effect, destroying either itself or the Gaddock, doesn't really matter. This is where it's summon with the Mace. Mace is going to let us search for the copy of the Fusion. Fusion is going to activate the effect. You're going to put back all 3 of these into your deck. Summon your copy of the Creation. Now your zones don't really matter here that much, but this is going to activate the effect, sending the copy of the itself, the Conqueror, and the Angel Witch. It doesn't really matter if you send this one, the one here. It doesn't necessarily matter if you send this one or if you send the Trap, but you have to send the Angel Witch as well as the copy of the Fusion. Here we're going to activate the effect of the Fusion and banishing itself, letting us search for the copy of the Mentolian City. We're going to activate the effect. You want to activate this so that when you do destroy, which is your next step here, you'll be able to summon back out the witch, which is really important. We're going to activate the fusion spell here, destroying the copy of the fusion. This is going to actually let us trigger in adding the copy of Bone Party, as well as trigger the field spell here, which can then bring back out the witch. Witch is then going to be able to trigger adding us this copy of the Sleepy, and then Sleepy can then either summon itself out, depending on if we want to play through the stuff, or we can go for like a Bone Party. Really depends like what we want to do. We have to destroy the Sleepy at some point, which is important, but we could go Bone Party, destroy the Sleepy, which can be able to send the effect. We're going to be just activating the effect here to summon itself out. Here, Sleepy effect's going to activate using both of these to go up into the Twin, and then Twin's going to activate the effect destroying itself to summon out the copy of, or search for the copy of the Mace as well as the Horn Dragon. We're going to see the Twin effect, going to summon out the copy of the Sleepy. And then we can go Angel Witch, destroy the Sleepy here, which is going to then be able to summon out the copy of the Gaddock. And then Sleepy is going to be sending the Trap. Now, if you didn't send the Combine Creation the first time you sent the Trap, this is where you send the Combine Creation instead. Just important to note. Here we can then link these two away for a copy of IP Masquerena. We can then activate the effect of the Horn Dragon, summon myself out, because we do control 3. And this is actually going to be a crazy interruption. So this is going to be how you're going to get your 2 pops instead of having this as being your 2 pops. So important to note, like the first combo, you had this, which was going to be able to do your 2 pops. This is actually going to be the popping card here, which is important to note. You're going to set your copy of this, and then you're going to summon out your Combined Creation by shuffling back all 5. And so during the end phase, we're going to see Mementolian City going to be putting this back out, setting this. So now you have Combined Creation, or you have Bone Party, I should say. You have Cranium Burst, you have your 5 mat, and then you also have your Mace. So here we're going to go Membonian Party whenever our opponent activates something. So you can do this in the draw phase if you want to, which I should mention. That if you don't value the popping off the Horn Dragon, you can absolutely do this in the draw phase to play around cards like Talents. But you are going to be playing in the Talents with your cards, no matter kind of what you do with the IP Masquerena. Your really card that's like important that they're going to take is going to be taking this. Like if you do play into the Talents, if your opponent knows the deck, they're going to take this. They're not going to take your IP Masquerena. So at that point, it's not really going to matter. So you're going to go, Bone Party, destroy the Horn Dragon. Then you're going to be able to summon out a copy of the Witch. So here, you're going to be able to actually activate multiple effects. So if they have 2 cards onto the field, you are going to be able to activate the effect of Horn Dragon, be able to target your 1 Memento, as well as 2 of your opponent's cards. And then you're going to be chaining the Witch as well, being able to search for the copy of you have this in the hand, by the way. Search for your copy of Sleepy. Destroying this, destroying 2 cards. Sleepy's going to activate the effect, be able to summon itself out. And then you can actually fuse, if you want to, with the Mace to go up into the Twin. Here we're going to see the Twin effect going to be destroying itself. And that's going to let us search out here for 2 other cards. We're going to search out for the Mace as well as the copy of the Angel Witch. You can go for the Dark Blade once again because this effect does have a summon out when your opponent activates a card. So if you really want to have other cards in your hand, but this was all off the 1 Tuchinoko, by the way, which is important because pretending we don't have any of the Mementolian cards in the hand. We're going to see Twin Dragon as well as the Mementolian City going to be summoning out here. So we're going to summon a copy of the Witch as well as the copy of Sleepy. I guess you can't summon out that one out because you destroyed a 3. So we summoned out the Twin Dragon. So we can summon out both of these here. And at this point, you have the IP Masquerena, which can go up into an Appaloosa or an SP here using these 2 cards. You have lots of follow-up as well, being able to bring out the Mace if you want to with the Combined Creation. You also have your own Mace, which can then take your opponent's card as well, which is really nice. So you have a Snatch Steal as long as you have this on the field. You have your triple or your 5 Appaloosa. You have an IP Masquerena, you can go into whatever you want. You have follow-up in the form of the Angel Witch and lots of cards in the graveyard as well. So if your opponent beats over everything here, you could actually just put back all 5 of these, summon out the Combined Creation again, and then have other plays you can do, which is really nice. If people forget about that, just being a 5,000 body that can summon itself out for free is just really cool. And you have a Snatch Steal as well. So that's going to be it for the 1 card Tuchinoko combo. This is going to be the big combo here. This is just Dark Blade plus another one. This could be either this one or the copy of the Sheep. This is going to be the huge one that ends on the Yama, the copy of a Pop, the 5, the Griffin, SP, all that cards just being absolutely crazy. But yeah, so it's going to be just like having one of these, this plus these two. You can do it with the other one, but you just have another extender or another name to be able to summon. But we're just going to do it with these two. So you're going to normal summon with this one, activate the effect of Dark Blade, destroying itself, searching out and summoning out the copy of Angel Witch. Angel Witch can activate the effect, searching for another copy of Tushinoko. You might be like, well, why are you doing that? I'll explain it in a bit. We're going to activate the effect, summoning itself out. And then like this is like, it doesn't need to be this one. It could be a sheep as well, which we can show you guys off, but it just doesn't really matter. We're going to activate the effect, activating the effect of this, destroying itself to send the copy of Gaddock as well as the sheep. So sheep's going to be able to Gaddock's going to activate the effect, summoning itself out, and then we're going to be activating the effect to add back the copy of sheep. Here we can then activate the sheep, summon itself out, and we're going to use the copy of the Gaddock as well as the Tushinogo. This is where I tell you guys it could be any other card. That's what I mean. So it's going to summon out the twin. We just want to leave these on the field. You have to also be careful of your zonage in this combo here, which is very important. We're going to activate the twin dragon, destroying the copy of the sheep. That's going to let us search for the copy of the horn dragon as well as the combined creation. Sheep's going to activate the effect, destroying the copy of fusion. Fusion then is going to activate destroying the copy of the fusion by banishing itself to then search for another copy of the fusion. Twin Dragon's going to activate the effect, summoning out the copy of the sheep. We're both in the far right zones here. Here we're going to link these both away for a cross sheep. Should show you guys the cards. I do want to apologize about the glare. I don't know how to fix it. I don't really know exactly. Maybe get like a light or something like that to be able to change it. We're going to activate the effect of the fusion. We're going to put back the copy of the twin. One of the ones, which well, you can use a double of any other one than this, and the Dark Blade. You want to leave the Fiend in the graveyard, which is important that I mentioned. But you're going to be putting these three back to go into the copy of the Creation King. Now this is going to where the combo is going to vary. You're not going to actually send another copy of the Creation King. Very important that you don't do that. You're going to activate the effect of Creation King as well as Cross Sheep, summoning back out the copy of Angel Witch. So here we're going to actually dump a spell here. We're going to dump the copy of Bone Party, a copy of the Creation Burst, and it doesn't really matter, but we're going to dump a copy of the Mace here. Actually, it does matter. You have to dump Mace, I should mention. So here we're going to activate the Angel Witch effect, destroying the copy of the Creation King to summon up the copy of Mace in the far right zone. Creation King can then banish itself to add the copy of the field spell. We're then going to place the field spell. We're then going to activate the effect of Horn Dragon because we have 3 in the graveyard with different names, summoning out the Horn Dragon. We're then going to activate the effect of the Mace, destroying the Horn Dragon to search for any other card. We can search for a fusion or we can search for Bone Party. Here I'm going to search for the copy of the Bone Party. We can then use the Memento, whatever, this thing, to summon back out the copy of the Gaddock because it is a level lower. And then we can go up into the copy here of using Cross Sheep and the Witch to go up into the Selene. Selene's going to gain counters, which is why you had to destroy a copy of the Bone Party. You could add a Bone Party and then destroy another card, summon out another one. Really, like, up to you. You can do it in different ways if you want to. If you want to dump like something else, I just find it really easy to dump that. You could have searched for like a Fiend instead. There's like just different variations that you can do, of course. Selene's going to gain counters, then you're going to remove counters, summon out the copy of the Witch. Here we're going to go Mace up into a copy of the Anima. And then we're going to actually go up into the copy of the Nightmare Griffin. So we're going to get a draw because it is co-linked. We're going to draw into one random card here. Doesn't matter exactly what it is. We're going to just draw a random. And so now we have a few different options that we can do. We can go up into using a Fiend, and a Fiend go up into a copy of the Sequence. And this is a new Fiendsmith card that lets you actually fusion summon from the graveyard. We're going to activate the effect, fusing summoning using this as well as the Beast to go up into a copy of the Bephermat. Bephermat's going to activate the effect. We're going to send the exact copy of the Fiend that we did summon already to go into it. Quite nice. Now we have a few options that we can go to. So here we have lots of different cards in the graveyard to be able to activate the effect of the creation to summon itself out. We can go into an Appaloosa if we want to as well, but we want to get a Yama onto the field. So we're going to actually link these two away for a copy of the Yama. We don't activate the effect. We just want essentially to be able to have it so we can so we can get the effect of the graveyard when we banish and pop to be able to summon back out, which is kind of important, summoning out the copy of the Nightmare Griffin. So we can, here, if we want to, we can link these two away up into a copy of the SP. We can banish a card if we have, like, our opponent has anything else. We don't have to do very much. We're then going to activate the effect of the creation, summoning out itself by returning. We're going to return a Gaddock, the Mace, the copy of this, and this is 5 right here. We're going to leave the copy of Angel Witch in the graveyard because we want to be able to use it during our opponent's turn. But putting back all these 5 to summon itself out. We get to set the creation, or the copy of Bone Party here. And then we're going to go Memento City during the end phase, being able to set the Cranium Burst. Now, this doesn't seem like a very good end board. It seems like, well, we just wasted a lot of cards. We have 1 unknown as well. So we, 2-card combo here. We have an SP, a creation. But during the draw phase, we have something really cool. So we're going to be actually activating the effect here of the Phantom Beast, sending itself, or banishing itself to summon out a copy of an illusion. So we can summon out this, which is like now, an interruption, air quotes, by being able to destroy a card. We also have the effect of the Memento Bone Party. So if, we have to destroy the Creation King or something else, we have another copy of Memento in the hand. We can actually destroy, let's say this, and that's going to let us search or summon out. Let's say we summon out a copy of the Gothic. Gothic can then trigger, letting us actually, and also the Yama can trigger. Like, we have just so many cards we can activate here. So, like, the Bone Party gets destroyed, destroying a card, and that's going to be able to destroy something. So, like, if our opponent does nothing, let's say, for example, we just banish this, summon out the copy of the Creation King, we still have these 2 cards here. Whenever our opponent activates a Carter effect, we're essentially not dying to Dark Ruler no more. We're not dying to Forbidden Droplets. We're not dying to Lightning Storm. We're dying to, like, absolutely nothing. This card is like the FTK of Mementolian. So whenever our opponent activates something, we have the effect to activate the Clawmine Creation to summon out the copy of the Angel Witch. Angel Witch can then trigger to let us search for a copy of the Sleepy. Now, we haven't destroyed anything yet, but the thing is we have an SP which can tag out one of their cards. So we have, like, this is the interruptions that we have. We have 1 interruption with SP. I'll put a counter on over here. We have this, which brought back out with the copy of the Mythical Beast, which is our 2nd. We have 5 with the copy of Cranium Burst. So now we're all the way up to 7. You have this, which can bring out, not necessarily interruption, but for follow-up. You have Bone Party, which can destroy, which then Yama can destroy to be able to bring out the copy of Griffin. And then we have essentially other cards in the hand that we're going to be able to search. So we're going to have, like, insane follow-up. If this gets destroyed, we're going to be able to summon out another copy of Angel Witch. If we've already used, a Bone Party to destroy a card in the hand, like being destroyed, let's say we destroy the Sleepy, we can actually be able to search for another card. This can actually activate the effect, summon out the copy of Sleepy. Sleepy can then fuse and summon into the copy of the Twin. We can do a bunch of stuff like that. Just like being able to just nuke the board with as many cards as we want to. Being able to summon out these, you probably don't want to put this into the middle zone. You probably want to put it into the under the Anima zone and then putting this into that zone beside it. But, like, Griffin doesn't really care about, or I guess normally when you play Griffin, you have to, like, kind of care about your zones a bit when you want to use your monster effects. But because Cranium Burst is a trap card, you still have, like, your Appaloosa type effect for 5 without even having to care about the Griffin, which is insane. But you have insane, like, the best follow-up in the entire game. With SP, this being able to pop numerous cards in the field, being able to also bring out other cards. If let's say you just summon out this and they hit you with something, you actually activate the effect popping itself, and then you're going to be seeing that being able to bring out the Yama, being able to banish, bring out the Nightmare Griffin. This is going to be able to trigger summoning this, activating the effect, being able to search for the copy of Sleepy. Sleepy can then trigger, activating the effect, using itself to fuse, obviously not in that zone, fusing itself into a, let's say, a Twin. Twin can be able to destroy cards, and then you're going to have, like, essentially the best follow-up in the game. That's, like, the big YouTube combo. I can show you guys another combo if you guys want to know as well, like an in-depth guide. But let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll let you guys stay safe. Peace.